Welcome, Mr. Gnome, and I hope you have some popcorn ready because this video is absolutely crazy for the fact that America is going pretty much insane as of now. And first of all, I want to make a disclaimer. I'm not an American, I'm only watching America from the outside, but something absolutely crazy is going on in USA right now. And I want to talk about it because obviously it affects me, but also it makes me much more bullish on buying more Bitcoin right now. So let's actually talk about the things that have happened in the last 2 days, or within the last day actually. So the first craziest thing is that the last video we have of Joe Biden being alive is from 5 days ago, and he is walking down the steps here. And this is the last time we've seen Joe Biden alive. We have no idea what has happened to Joe Biden after this. If he is abducted by aliens, is he dead? Or if his condition is just critical? Or what is going on? Maybe he just disappeared, he's taking a vacation. Who knows? But the fact is, we haven't had a public appearance from Joe Biden after this video. And the crazy part about that is that he has now changed, this is his Twitter or X profile, and he changed the banner to basically support Kamala Harris, and he also made this public statement here on Twitter. And that's so weird that a sitting president is making a statement this significant with a letter, and he's basically saying that he's going to quit the presidential race. He's still going to act as president until the end of his term, and he's supporting Kamala Harris to become the next president. But the crazy part about this letter here is his signature, because this signature most likely is not Joe Biden's signature. So there's a whole video basically breaking down why this is not Joe Biden's signature. I will link that in the description, and I suggest that you watch the whole video. But in short, the last letter here is S, it should be N. Joe Biden doesn't make signatures this long, they are much more condensed normally. He never ever underlines the signature. He never writes the signature at an angle, and this is clearly an angled signature. There's no O in the Joe here, which is also weird. And finally, the B is always continuous to the I. So there's a line between the B and I normally, but as you can see clearly, there's a space between the B and the I here in this signature. So this most likely is not the signature of Joe Biden. So that is a little bit worrying, obviously. And the whole timeline is so wicked, because just the day before, he said here in the tweet that he will win the presidential race and he will beat Donald Trump. Next up, he says he's going to quit, and the next tweet he says that he just gave to Kamala Harris. So the whole timeline is pretty wicked on Joe Biden's Twitter. And from here on out, this video is only going to get weirder. So for that, let's just play a clip from Idiocracy first. Shit. Exactly. So let's actually go to the next video here. So this is Kamala Harris's speech that she just gave 6 hours ago. And the weirdest part about this speech is that they are playing Joe Biden's voice in this video here. So I want you to actually spot his speech and also consider how weird it sounds like. So let's actually just play this from the beginning, and I will skip to the relevant parts of the video.
It is so good to hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
Did you hear that? She said that it's so good to hear Joe Biden's voice, and she's talking about a recording probably. Let's hear that again.
To hear our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
You're still on the recording, no, the call. That's what it sounds like to me. And let's listen up a little bit more of this so you get more context.
And we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do.
We love Joe and Jill, we really do. And she's continuing to emphasize the things that he likes about Joe Biden and the whole team who is basically now helping her to become the next president. But this thing only continues. So let's actually play to 3:30 here on this video. And by the way, I'm sorry for the bad quality. The original video quality is this bad. This is not a glitch on my end or your end. This is actual video from the actual footage. I don't know what happened there, but it's so weird.
We have so many darn good reasons for loving Joe Biden. And
again, she's just emphasizing how she loves Joe Biden. And now let's cut to the relevant clip here where we can hear Joe Biden actually speak.
Joe, are you watching? Do you hear this clapping? Can you see it?
I'm watching. I'm watching.
What is this? You're the best kid.
And let us be very clear, Joe is not done. Far from it. He knows there is still more work to do, and our nation will continue to praise his bold and visionary leadership as president. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's one more thing to come here.
And it is my great honor to have Joe's endorsement in this race.
What is this? It sounds like, first of all, it doesn't sound like Joe Biden. It sounds like a AI voice, and it's clearly coming out of a speaker. So Joe Biden is not physically in the room with the other people. And she's talking about Joe Biden, how good he is, or he has been. It's all of the telltale signs that something bad has happened to Joe Biden. And she continues to talk about, obviously, the Project 2025, and she's saying how Donald Trump will make a national ban on abortion if he's being allowed to become the next president, which are just untrue. And Trump has said that he will not want to have a national abortion ban. What he wants to do is for each state to basically make their own laws about abortion, and he doesn't want to interfere with that process. So he doesn't want to make a national abortion ban, but it's just lies over lies over lies on this speech. And who is basically running the country is the question. Is it Joe Biden? Obviously not. Joe Biden is missing. Is it Kamala Harris? Doesn't seem like that's the case either, in my opinion. So it's probably the deep state that is pulling the strings behind the curtain, basically. So it's so weird, this. But now the situation keeps continuing to get even weirder from here. So let's actually cut to the next situation we had in the last day. So we got the hearing from the Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle. So first off, let's listen to this clip.
I would be remiss if I did not also extend my condolences on the passing of your colleague, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Ms. Jackson Lee was always engaged in the oversight of the Secret Service, and her passing is a great loss to this.
So Sheila Jackson, she was involved in the oversight of the Secret Service, and for some reason, I don't know why, she passed away 6 days after the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. So weird. I don't know if these things are, if it's just a coincidence or what happened, but it is so weird that she died and she's acknowledging the death of Sheila Jackson. Obviously, that's not weird, but her death is quite weird. But the whole hearing is 5 hours long here, and I watched most of the clips of this hearing, and I saw a lot of talking about this hearing. But let's just watch the final remarks of the final minutes of this hearing, because they are quite damning in my opinion. So let's hear from Cheadle.
It means providing transparency. It means answering simple questions. It means providing a specific timeline of July 13th to this committee and the American people. I mean, it's been 9 days. There were people that were demanding that we have a hearing the next day or 2 days following the shooting. And I said, no, we need to give the Secret Service ample time to be able to answer those questions. 9 days, 9 days. And I don't think we answered very many questions that the American people have. I don't think there was I've never said this before, and I've presided over a lot of hearings. I don't think there was one question asked by anyone that the average American hasn't already asked at a diner or at church or at a ball game. The American people have questions. They deserve answers. Congress deserves answers. You were subpoenaed today to provide answers, and ma'am, you did not do that.
So that was the closing remarks there, and there were a lot of speeches by both Republicans and Democrats. Even AOC was talking about in this hearing, and she is condemning Cheadle here. And basically both sides, doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat, all of them basically agreed that she should resign, which she refuses to do. They are asking for her to basically provide proof that she's innocent and what exactly happened on July 13th, but she refuses to give the evidence, and she is basically pointing out to FBI to ask them about the evidence. And it's just a weird, like, dodging of questions for 5 hours, and none of the people, or many of the people here are just saying, like, you didn't answer one single question in this whole process. So what is going on? Who is Secret Service actually working for? Are they working for the United States people? Are they working for some other governmental body or some secret, I don't know, well, the name is Secret Service, but some secret entity, we don't know. Are they involved in the assassination attempt? We don't know. So it's very odd to me. Who is running the country? Is it Joe Biden? Obviously not. Is it Kamala Harris? Doesn't look like it. Is it some nefarious secret entity behind the curtains? It certainly looks like it. So what I'm getting to at is it's very good idea right now to get some popcorn, because this thing will keep expanding, keep escalating, in my opinion. So popcorn is a good idea, and probably you may want to get some Bitcoin, obviously, honestly as well. Right now we are going below the trend line here, but this will turn back to the upside most likely quite soon, in my opinion. I made an update video about this yesterday, but we have this this descending trend line on the RSI, which basically signals a trend reversal. But fundamentally, people just want Bitcoin. They want security, they want certainty, and the United States government currently does not provide security or certainty. So Bitcoin will be able to provide that, in my opinion, and that can be reflected in what the ETFs are doing. So here you can see whenever ETFs are selling or buying Bitcoin, and yesterday we saw another massive amounts of buying. So we saw $427 million of inflows into Bitcoin ETFs. So obviously people want to buy Bitcoin even at these prices. So in my opinion, I don't know what's going on with the United States, but what I do know is that popcorn and probably Bitcoin are gonna be nice. And this is not financial advice. I'm just ready to basically get more entertainment out of what's going on in the United States. But it's sad, honestly. It's very, very sad what's going on. And I hope the situation is resolved and somebody steps up and shows, like, no, I'm actually in charge, and they can do their final months in the in that current what is it called? Not jurisdiction, the current office, the people running the country, they do their final months, and then we have another presidency coming, and finally order is stabilized. But let's see how things escalate from here. I think this is extremely funny and dangerous and scary all at the same time. So I'm getting popcorn, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.